Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Sportanic Sports Redefined Show, Season 2 and Episode number 3. Today we bring you Mr. Bilal Tariq, who is a well-known visual artist in the sports field. Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. So, first of all, let me just ask you how is the environment, how is the weather and everything? Doing well?
Basically, right now I'm in Saudi, Jeddah,
Mm-hmm.
with my parents here.
Nice.
You don't have to ask about the weather over here. It's okay, but it's hot.
It's yeah. So, well, sir, how is the sports fever in you right now? I mean, how are you following the sports and all that stuff going around? Are you kind of on a vacation or like you're on a, you already told it you are with your parents, so it's that kind of family vacation, right?
It's. I'm on a vacation basically. So
Uh,
basically, obviously we guys are working like 12 months, the whole year without any break. So we don't normally get vacations like you don't have few days to ask like, for the company like you just go. I was like, okay, I have to go to parents like for Umrah as well over here.
nice, mashallah.
So I'm here like from past 1 month and 2 more weeks.
So, sir, guide us about your current journey. I mean, how are you like with whom you are working around? I have heard that you have worked with Cricket Australia, and now you have also been covering Kashmir Premier League in Pakistan. And I mean, how do you think that these graphics kind of work? Creative management is kind of it's kind of an interesting field. I myself, I like to be a part of this kind of journeys. So how do you think for the newbies, what do you like? What do you say about that?
First of all, I haven't worked for Cricket Australia. Uh, so basically, the thing is, I started back in like 4 years, 4.5 years back in
Uh,
November with the SF360. You must have heard about them.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So basically, with Sohaib Irfan. So,
yeah, yeah.
and my first project was PSL draft. He just called me for the event, like to come and just sit there. I was working with MNC Sachi ad agency in Islamabad. He
Okay.
just called me like you should come and see how does it happen, how does we do broadcast. So I went there and there were team for the graphics because when I was small, like I used to be here in Jeddah. I always wondered that how does on-screen graphics work. Like I was very curious
Mhm.
because I was already in design. I haven't done any like a course for the design, but just because of the interest, I used to be like very curious. So everybody asked me to come and see like how does everything happen. So I went there. I sat with the graphics team over there, and
Mhm.
but the thing is, there were some issues with the graphics team. So Sohaib asked me that you will be sitting on this seat tomorrow, like during live event. I was like, I don't know anything about this software and stuff. It was like, no, it's so. I was sitting with them. I got to know about the main stuff of the software, and the
Uh-huh.
next day I was on the seat in directly in PSL draft. So that
Okay.
was something that Sohaib he trusted me on that, and
Mm-hmm.
later after that event, he was like, okay, you should join us, and then because they were already SF360 were new, like they
Mm-hmm.
were like 5 to 6 core members. So I joined them, and from then like we started. In Pakistan, we were like the main company doing all this stuff, designing graphics and then integrating software solution with it. And now, alhamdulillah, we are doing good.
Yeah, mashallah, you guys have been brilliant throughout. Well, as you already told that you started off 4 to 5 years back, and you already told that the earlier challenges. So coming into the field, the challenges also develop and also change. When you get to know the things and you know that you have to make it better for the fan interface as well. Definitely, the fans, they get bored looking at the same graphics again and again. So how do you cope up with these kind of situations? Definitely on a fan perspective.
Uh, if we look at our graphics 4 years back, and if we look at our graphics now, I
Mhm.
don't want to see my graphics the one I made in the beginning,
Yeah,
because
exactly. That is a bad
they were
perspective,
really
right?
really bad. They were really bad. And
Exactly.
still, if I'm going to like look at my graphics a month ago, like the one I made 2 months back or stuff, I won't be liking that. But on your point that or the fan, the viewer, they wait for new graphics, or they wait for new stuff. And obviously our company Soibai, the kind of guy he is, he wants new graphics every other game. But we asked, like, we ask him, like, just hold on, because it takes time. It's not like you create a graphic and everything will be fine in the next event, like all the screens will be ready. It's not like that. Obviously it takes time.
Well,
So
is it kind of an
and
autopilot mode?
when it's a big event, obviously there are so many stuffs you have to look at.
Exactly. Well, whenever like you guys have made a software, you guys have made some graphics. For example, just take an example of Cricket Map. And is it that kind of a stuff that it's on autopilot mode, or you guys need?
Because I can't hear you properly.
Okay, sorry. Am I not audible?
Yeah, you're audible now.
Okay, great. I was just asking about it. Is it some kind of autopilot mode whenever you guys make a software for an event? For example, if you're taking a cricket match, the scorecard working and all that stuff, you need guys at the back end, or is it something that works on its own throughout the match?
Your voice is not still not clear.
Just please let me know now.
A bit better.
About that, right? So I was just asking you if I'm really clearly audible to you now. So,
It's not clear.
after am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me just get back to what I was saying. If now it's not a problem anymore.
Yes, fine now.
Okay, great. So I was just asking that is it some kind of autopilot mode, like whenever you guys create a graphics system and you guys, you have created a software for that, whenever it's in the match, is it working on its own, or you guys have to build some team to protect, to work on that and to change the graphics during the game?
No, definitely we have a team. Like there's someone who's designing it, then there's someone who is integrating this software, the scoring software, and then
Uh-huh.
there sh- at least there should be one guy
Okay.
who is firing the graphics. Firing as in, if a batsman is coming, obviously there's a guy who is scoring. So
Mm-hmm.
the graphic guy does not need to score. There's one scorer. Then there's the graphic guy needs to fire the graphic. If a batsman is coming, he need to, on director's call. If a director asks you to fire the graphics now, you have to name him. Obviously, it's not an autopilot thing, right?
Okay.
A computer can't do, if a guy is coming or if it's going out, it won't be, automatic stuff.
So going on to the visualization, going on to like what I would say for the newbies and for those who don't know actually what the graphics actually are, is it some kind of like special softwares that you guys generate on your own, or is it that pre-made softwares which help you generating the graphics? Is it something like that?
No, we don't develop our own software. We develop this scoring software.
Mm.
And then there are softwares, graphic softwares, in which you have option to design as well. But what we normally do is you can design in Photoshop as well. Like you have to design in Photoshop, then you export the layers and then import it in the graphic softwares, and then you fire the graphics from those graphic softwares. Our solution
Well,
is the main scoring thing.
okay, that means scoring thing is the main thing that you guys generate on
Exactly,
your own. Okay.
exactly. Or
Oh well, I have
it also depends. It also depends on the graphic software as well. There are
heard.
many types of graphic softwares.
Well, coming to that point and just moving on with the show, I have heard, like, I know about these because I have been following SF360 for quite a long time now. Because I was one of the top fans recently when I came onto the social media platforms. So what I knew was you guys worked with the Pakistan Cricket Board, and I guess still you are working with them in
Yeah.
case of domestic circuit and as well as at the international level. So when the cricket was not back in Pakistan, definitely there were no opportunities for the graphics man to be working because, as we know, that Sony was the one covering whole of the stuff when Pakistan was back in the UAE. Well, coming back to Pakistan and definitely working with SF360, share us the experience that you guys got from the PCB and working with them.
We guys had like other domestic events, not just cricket. We were doing other cricket events as well.
Yeah.
Because when I was not with them, they were covering the events in UAE.
Hmm.
Basically, they started from UAE, live
Uh-huh.
streaming matches with two or three cameras, and then coming to Pakistan and started getting those events. And they were the first one who were doing domestic for PCB.
Hmm.
So basically, we started like we partnered with PCB, you can say, for their domestic, and then obviously international cricket. So we got obviously we other companies as well. They bid for big events as well. So we were lucky enough to get those events, and then here we are.
Well, that's kind of interesting. But working with Pakistan Cricket Board as a Pakistani as well, and as one of those who haven't seen cricket at home for quite a long time. So, how was the in-team experience and the in-team feel when you guys got to know that you will be covering international cricket in Pakistan and for Pakistan?
It was good. Obviously, as a not as a fan as well, but obviously
Mhm.
we were like more close. We were right there during the event, uh, like basically covering those international matches. So it was great. Like we started as a part of SF360. We went to Abu Dhabi for
Mhm.
PSL, but not we were not main part of the team. We were just on training with
Mhm.
the international crew. So with time, our team like were the main part of the crew, like from the future series. So and now we
Mhm.
like our main guys are there with the crew and they are covering the event. But I'm saying that in the beginning, we were like not the main part of the crew. We were just on training.
So as a coverage guy, as a media guy, or as a graphic designer, which match you covered live and you were like, this has to be the match of my life. This has to be the game.
Uh, I was with Quetta last year, but this year as well. But I loved covering PSL in Abu Dhabi. By the way, I know that was very hard
Why?
time,
Why
but
was that?
because I was on training and I wasn't working that much, and I was just enjoying the match. Because because people ask me like, do you remember that match in which so XYZ scored the 100 and stuff? I was like, I don't remember because I was working over there and I was doing my work and not watching the match.
So it means that being a working guy on the field actually hits your excitement as a game awareness. As the game watcher, you will not be focusing on the game rather than you will focusing on the cameras or maybe and the rest of the stuff. So it's kind of it's hurting, but yeah, professionalism comes first. So uh, coming. Quota Gladiators. Actually, it was not part of the theme, but as you told, you were part of the Quota Gladiators. I must ask you one question.
Yeah.
How hard was it to generate all that stuff, being part of a Quota Gladiators team? Because those 2 years maybe back, they were too much out of sorts and nothing was going their way.
I used to be with Islamabad United.
Hmm.
Not like I was a fan of Islamabad United. Okay, I was
You
Islamabad
were, you
guy.
were from the Sheru army, right? You were from the
Yeah,
Isru army.
it is Islu Army.
Okay.
And Quetta was one of the team which I was like, no, I'll never support them because I never liked Quetta as a team. So
Quota
I was
fans.
fan of I was a fan of Islamabad
Okay.
and then Peshawar. But
Okay.
when
So
last
Quota was
year,
nowhere there.
Karachi and Quetta and not even Lahore. So
So what about the Multan ones? Just make it
Multan was
clear for
okay.
all.
Multan was
Okay,
okay.
that was okay because I am a Multan fan. So
Oh, so the thing is, when when I started working with Quetta last year, so I started getting the soft corner for them.
okay,
So yeah, but at the end of the season, because I was working with them very close to them, so I got to know the the team, the inside of team, right? They're like how they are
yeah, how
unite
they
and
work.
stuff. Yeah, how they work. Even about Sefi Bhai, like everyone's perspective about Sefi Bhai is very different. But if you're around him, you know like what kind of person he is.
So give us some
So
insight on Sefi Bhai. Let's just have an
give
insight
what?
on him. Yeah, give some insights on him. Because let's just make the perspective clear from a lot of people.
Yeah, he's not just that yawning guy.
Oh no, no, I know that. I am a big fan of him. So no, I understand that we are not
Well,
going back to that era. We're coming to now because it's a bit of hard time on Sefi himself. Sarfaraz is having one of the harsh times of his life because he was the one leading the team to the Champions Trophy, then 11 series, and then all of the stuff. So
he's
what's
still that
gone
guy.
wrong?
He's still that guy. Very
That's great, man.
hardworking,
I mean,
very
but
hardworking, and
where does that captaincy instinct go? Because he hasn't been seemingly that much good on the field. He may be tired, maybe stressed out. What was wrong? What was going there?
I can't say about the captaincy, but I think maybe just because he's not performing himself,
Yeah,
maybe that's why. Other than that, I can't comment about the captaincy.
he is. He has to be. He is one of those who we all respect. Pakistan respects him
Exactly,
because
everyone does that.
everyone respects. So, like Koita Gladiators, and okay, then let's go to some mountainous areas. Let's just discuss about Kashmir Premier League. That was a kind of new thing, and it's kind of a controversial thing as well. First of all, just let's just make it clear because he himself, the chairman of the Kashmir Premier League, made it clear that it has nothing to do with the politics and all that stuff. So
Hmm.
going there and meeting I guess some foreign commentators was also involved in KPL 2021 and 22,
Yeah.
talking to them what you felt as a Pakistani as well as uh, what was their perspective because they've got a lot of backlash from international media.
Uh, I was there in KPL like working as a VR guy, virtual VR and ER guy. So I was just recording just one story. I was just filming the com box from my cell phone. So there was one commentator. He asked me to like not record him. I was like, why? It was like just don't. Then the other guy, he was like a Pakistani guy, my colleague. He was like, just don't shoot him, uh, because he don't want to get on the media, on social media, that they are here. Obviously, everyone knew they are here, but they
Yeah,
still didn't want it. They still didn't want it to to get on the camera on social media. So he just stopped me. So I know everyone know why they were like.
reluctant on
Not
it, they
Yeah,
were reluctant.
reluctant to be a part of KPL.
Well. you know, these kind of things, as a cricket enthusiast as well as a sports enthusiast, we really discourage such kind of act of like being disturbing the cricketing fraternity, and we really wish that the cricketing family or the international global sports family must do well. And definitely graphics are one of the route, because I know, I have been following, when the cricket began in Pakistan, we used to see a lot of updates on the social media network about the graphics, about now it's kind of a little bit less, but when it was in the starting, we definitely saw who is in the crew, who is doing what, and we really saw some kind of, some guys from the subcontinent, some guys from India, maybe some kind of traveling to Pakistan as well, for what you can say the PSL, or maybe the international series. So yeah. So what kind of message you
No,
would like to give
the
to?
thing is,
Yeah,
they're still traveling.
yeah,
If we are having series in Pakistan, New Zealand, it's happening in Pakistan, right?
yeah.
So, team from India are traveling, team from Sri Lanka, and everyone. But it's the team, the main graphics team, is currently from India, the whole team. So they're still traveling.
Well, that's what it is. And coming to Pakistan versus New Zealand, definitely, we must talk about it. We are just having a match, and Pakistan needs 337 to win in the second ODI. And we should not forget that Pakistan can be on top of the rankings if they do win 5-0. So, as a Pakistani fan, or maybe just leave it. As a neutral fan, just let me know that, is it possible? Is it possible for Pakistan to 5-0?
Uh, I can't say like it's a 70-30, 70 for Pakistan and 30 for New Zealand. But
But that's
obviously,
optimistic approach, right? 70 is a big
Pakistan
deal.
70 for Pakistan is a big deal.
Yeah,
No, no, we'll be doing good in World Cup as well.
unpredictable Pakistan.
Fakhr Zaman is playing really like good.
Yeah. He is doing
He's in
all
good
guns
form.
blazing,
He's in
right?
good form. Yeah.
He's on fire.
Obviously,
So
we wanted someone to take responsibility like from top, and other than Rizwan and Babar to score. Obviously, you can't just depend on two players, right? Two or three players. At least four or five players need to score good or bowl good.
as coming to the bowling attack of Pakistan, they are one of the finest bowling attacks in the world. Maybe one of the best in the world as well. So
Yeah.
why there is a problem with changing the bowling attacks? We could have played a much junior bowling attack in the T20s and got our main guns in the ODIs, but no, the team stuck to the plan, and they were like playing the same playing 11 for almost all the game. So why not Pakistan? Why still, even if we go back to 2015, we had the same problem. Then coming to 2017, 18, 19, our team has one knack of playing the same 11 all around. So why cannot we generate two to three teams after getting so much talent from PSL and obviously the domestic also? So you have been on the grounds maximum of the times. You have been covering the events and all that stuff. How do you think this thing can actually evolve and change?
Exactly what I ask from my colleagues as well, because I think we should have separate teams for test, ODI and T20. Okay, fine. Test and ODI we can have one team, and for T20 we should have different team, because obviously our main players, Shaheen, Babar, Rizwan,
Yeah.
not everyone, they are like, it's we have so much games everywhere, like we are playing leagues, we have alhamdulillah, we are having national international matches as well, a home series, away series. So they, like Shaheen is not playing today, right?
Yeah, Shaheen is not playing it.
And so that's good, he is not playing. But I
Even
was just
Sadam is
reading
not
that.
playing as well.
Sorry.
Sadam is also not playing today.
Shadab is also not playing. But I was
Yeah.
just reading like few tweets that people are saying, why are you not playing Shaheen? Baba should be responsible for that and stuff. Why? Give him rest. If we are not having two separate teams, if we are not having another bowler, he should rest.
Yeah, exactly. When you can have
Just
a team
just like
full of
other India,
non-British bowlers.
England.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, okay, sorry, I guess my voice got interrupted. Please go ahead.
yeah, that's it. So I was like, we should have like at least two teams for separate squads for the formats.
Well, as okay, coming to the captaincy point of view as well, because we normally see Babar Azam get all the backlash for whether the team lose or wins. Even he scores or not scores, he gets lashes all around. Even he scored 49 or 46 in the last game, and that are the standards set by him as a batsman. That people were saying that it was his failure. So, coming to the part of Babar Azam, you are in his shoes, and what you would think as Babar Azam, how do you tackle all this stuff?
His captaincy or like his performance.
As a whole, as a whole, because as a captain, definitely he gets the lash, and as well as a player as well. Why he is number one in the world?
He is number one, but what people talk about is that he plays for himself, like personal
Well, now the
personal goal,
strike
right?
rate is not. Well, the strike rate is also not an issue right now. It's going around 150 in the T20s and around 100 and more in the one days as well. So that question mark is also crossed. So what's next now? What's next for the haters to talk about?
His captaincy, because when we are losing, obviously they will talk about it. The thing with
Yeah,
with
exactly.
us, including me, I'm not just about talking about everyone. um, if when we lose, we want changes right away. We talk about his
That
captaincy,
is,
but if we are winning, we are just we are talking about the player of the match or some other guy who performs,
yeah,
like
one good catch or maybe one good fielding.
exactly. So and if obviously if we are losing the series, or if we are losing 2 3 matches, then we are like, okay, remove him. We don't want Babar. It's about his captaincy.
So
I was in a gathering over here with my colleagues 2 days back, and we were talking about the how Rizwan and Babar takes the innings, right. So the guy, he was like, if Babar, like you remember Miss Bowler, right?
yeah,
He used to, like, we were like 4 down and 40 runs, 40 for 5, 40 for 6, and Misbah used to just take single doubles and like take the score to 150 or 160, like that. So he was like, I was like, okay, Babar is doing the same thing, right?
mhm,
If he's not going to take a strike, and like if he's playing for with strike rate of 70 or 80,
mhm.
why are you saying bad about him? Because
Yeah,
on the other hand, who's performing on the other side is just taking the game till the end. So
even some of the fans
that's
do
one
have
perspective.
they do have some problem with going taking the game till the end. They say why not just finish it off? Nowadays I do have some of our friends and my colleagues. They say what are Test and ODI cricket? They only love T20. Even for myself, I do prefer Test cricket because the Test cricket is the real test, the real game of the gentleman. So I
Not
don't
everyone
really
is
like.
going to wake up at 5 a.m. and watch the match.
Yeah, exactly. That is something. But if you are a good cricket fan, and definitely if you know the rules of the game, then definitely you will prefer what actually the red ball gives you. As even 3 good overs of defense, they are feat to watch. And I do love the defense of Abdullah Shafiq and Azhar Ali. They were one of the
Abdullah
two of the
Shafiq
best.
is amazing. Abdullah Shafiq
Yeah,
is amazing.
even his defense is love to watch.
But if he's not scoring, like he didn't score in what series? The last he didn't score, so everyone started talking about it, like, why are you guys playing Abdullah Shafiq?
No,
He's a good talent.
that question, that's just a fan satisfaction. Even Shan Masood, I really don't know what happens to him in the international cricket, but he is the domestic giant. Wherever he plays, even in the county cricket or maybe the domestic level of Pakistan, he is all guns blazing. So I just hope that he does
This
perform.
is his fifth or sixth comeback, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
he goes out of
He's
the
been
team,
making comebacks
he
from
performs, and then he comes back, and he doesn't perform here.
he goes back and sits down, performs again, comes back, and all that stuff goes
Exactly.
around and around.
Happened with him like four to fifth time.
But I don't know. What do you think as a as a judge of this kind of scenario? Because he does seems to have a great mind, a great cricketing mind, and a great cricketing mind does not need actually to be going back and coming again. He is well educated as well. He is well groomed
Uh,
as well. So what's the problem with his performance? As a left-handed batsman as well, he is a very classy batsman.
I don't know. I can't say anything about it. Not sure. Not really.
Okay, Bilal, I think we're starting to get some points, and we will have another segment much more like this. We'll submit some
Huzaifa,
answers.
I can't
We'll
hear
do
you.
some segments. Okay, just a moment again, I guess, because I'm.
It's fine. It's
Is it
fine
clear
now.
now?
It's fine now. Yeah.
Okay, because I do have some internet problems, I guess. So just coming to that point, let's just move on to fan corner first, and let's just get some questions from the fan. And here we go. Welcome to the fans corner. As we have our first question, what is your advice to the young designers who want to enter this field, and how can they how can they apply to Pakistan's sports industry?
We are really looking for people who can design for the who can design match graphics. So basically, designers. On social media, we are seeing so many people designing for PSL, for team, for team kits and stuff. Haven't seen anyone designing match graphics. Haven't seen a single guy designing match graphics for PSL, or just random, right? So,
So
uh,
if someone is there. Just make it clear. If someone is there who is really interested in drawing the match graphics, how can they approach you guys, and how can they apply to you so that they can do have
text
some
me,
opportunity?
text me.
Okay, so I guess Abdul Rahman, you got your answer. Moving on to our next question, if we have. So we do have another question from Sohail Sam. Why we don't have much RTG related careers in Pakistan, as it holds a lot of scope in foreign countries? Yeah.
They don't have courses over there as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, you just
So
have to because I myself was looking for courses in foreign as well, but I haven't got any. So it's just that you learn all this stuff by yourself, and at least start by designing, right?
yeah.
First step is you design, and then if you approach some guy who's into this field, then done. Yeah.
Okay, then I guess you got your answer, Sohail. And if you have any queries, Bilal has already stated that you guys can approach him. So moving on to our next segment for you. So take on your helmet. So time to test out your eye skill. Time to guess something. So please put the picture on. Okay.
Khan Saab.
Answer, please. Any other
Imran Khan,
guesses?
right?
Ah, ha, ha.
Yeah.
You do seem his fan. I get to know now.
His hair and
Uh,
his cap.
the cap. Okay. Thank you very much. Now we move on to our quiz section. So it's time for your scholar hat to be on, please, as we have some questions for you. Sheffield Shield today is known as Marsh Shield because of sponsorship. To which cricketing nation does it belong to?
Because of sponsors the first class cricket competition crowned the domestic champion for the six states of what nation?
Yeah.
UK.
Oh, it's very simple. Guess it again.
Oh. I, it's written on the ticker, Australia.
So you do get that, huh? Australia, Sheffield Shield, one of their premiers, and Imran Khan was also there playing there as well. So coming
Oh,
to the
really?
next question, please. The only time cricket was an official Olympic sport was in 1900 games played in what capital city was proposed by Pierre de Coubertin.
Uh, Japan.
Answer is
I just guessed it. I'm not sure.
it's Paris.
Okay.
So, okay, thank you very much, Bilal. Moving on to our prediction hat, please. So wear up some hat, please, and let's just only one cricket tournament is going around in the world international level, Pakistan versus New Zealand. So who is winning it, and who will be the top scorer of the event?
Fakhar, I think.
Okay, it seems
Second
down
score. Yeah, it seems now. Uh, Pakistan is going to win the series.
3-2, 4-1, or
Se-
5-0.
3-2.
Okay, that was
No,
not my
not
prediction.
5-0.
So
5-0,
we
no.
are not going to be number one. So that's clear.
No, not 5-0.
Okay, Bilal. It was really a fun talk with you, and I hope you enjoyed the show as well. So, first of all, thank you very much from Sportanic and from myself as
Most
well
welcome.
to being our guest. And I hope you will join us again. And for that, I will definitely ask you much more about the graphics, but not here, maybe backstage. So, thank you very
Sure,
much,
sure.
Bilal. I hope
Well,
the fans also enjoyed it. Take care. Goodbye. Till next time.
thank you.
Bye bye.